They would always have these like epic meals. They would hear my stomach growl and they really wanted to like invite me to eat with them and drink with them. I was like, I can't.
We went to the beach, and there were a few times when some fans caught wind that, wait, is that? And so we just were like, oh, no, nothing to see here. This is a bachelor party. It's for a wedding video. If you know anything about their background, you kind of have to step back and say, wow, like this is a global phenomenon band.
RM says, please stop, right? And other moments where you can see where they were visibly emotional. Happy crying emoji.
And then I would just do the hands up. Because there's a lot of energy in this film.
Working with the band, and especially at this really special moment of their career, I got to get to know them individually and also as a group, and just like witness how playful they were and how thoughtful they were about making the album, and also the pressure that they had to go through. That was a surprise to me. I just was like, okay, this is the biggest. They're gonna kill it. Like it's just gonna be smooth sailing. But like the first day, we just realized like how much pressure they had with time constraints, and also just like the pressure of coming back to making music and realizing like what is their identity as BTS now? Are they supposed to continue this lineage of where they left off or create something completely new? But in terms of just like fun moments that I remember, I mean, just they would always have these like epic meals at home after their recording sessions, and you could like they would hear my stomach growl and they really wanted to like invite me to eat with them and drink with them. I was like, I can't. And every night I'd go home and just order a lot of Korean barbecue. That it was really bad for my diet. But just seeing how, again, playful and carefree they were as a group, each night was really touching to see. And I felt that, they just wanted to welcome me to like sit down and eat with them, which is amazing.
I think that we made this documentary for both ARMY, of course, and for people who maybe don't know a lot about BTS, but who could find their way into their story. And I mean, not to pat ourselves on the back, but I think we succeeded. I think it's as interesting if you don't know much about them as it is if you are a Fierce ARMY. But of course, I mean, we've had ARMY come up to us and say how much it means to them. And I think we've done them proud. I think, they're not used to seeing this intimate access. We were able to get days with each of them individually. So the scenes where you see, Jin playing tennis, or Jimin invites us into his home, or, these are things that haven't really been shown before. So I hope ARMY enjoys them.
I knew that this is the biggest band in the world. We're not going to have 24/7 access to them, right? But I wanted to capture the moments that the film crew couldn't be around to capture. And for me, like these old like VHS mini DV camcorders, like there's such a texture to them, and they feel like it's your mom or dad like filming a home video. And I wanted that feeling with the band too, like just having this raw intimacy. And I mean, I know that they're very well versed on shooting on their phone, but that's like a specific like visual language. And for me to like get them to see LA and the recording process through their own POV was super important. And we were like really lucky, and I was like so excited every time they would like give us a drive with that footage, and again seeing the recording process in their life through their eyes was really enlightening.
So we knew we couldn't shut down Santa Monica Beach, but we obviously wanted some scenes outside, so it's not all recording studio or home. So this was the last day that all 7 members were going to be together in Los Angeles. So we went to the beach and kind of a little bit crossed our fingers and hoped for the best. And so they were able to play beach volleyball, roam around the beach, and there were a few times when some fans caught wind that, wait, is that? And so we just were like, oh, no, nothing to see here. This is a bachelor party. It's for a wedding video. And they were like, oh, okay. So that's kind of how we got through it. And I think it turned out to be one of the most kind of carefree, fun scenes in the movie.
For me, it was really important to like show the members as individuals, because I think maybe viewers who don't know much about BTS just know them by name. They sort of like lump them all together. But as ARMY knows, as a lot of people know, they're so different and unique and have their own talents and characteristics that I wanted to make sure people can distinguish while watching the film. And a lot of that comes out naturally in like the larger group conversations where someone will speak up and just, throw a joke in, or someone will be a bit more sort of like mature and wise in what they say. But I think like those car conversations were really important. And they were sort of like, not, I should say random, but it was a lucky happenstance of just filming where I had this intention. It's like, how much can you just make a film like truly verite without relying on interviews and talking head interviews? And, we were driving with Jin to the beach actually, and he just started talking to us. Like, I just wanted him to kind of like be pensive, look outside. Or just like capture that moment of going to the beach. But then he just started talking about, how he felt. And I was like, these car rides are sort of like confessionals for the members. And through each of these car rides, you get like a distinct sort of answer. I would ask the same question and see how each of them would answer differently. So that was like a nice baseline to see how they were reacting differently to what was happening in their lives and who they were changing into in the military and et cetera.
I think it's important because I think if you make a vehicle only for fans, it is exclusionary to a wider audience. And I think for us, the goal was always to tell a good story. And BTS's story is amazing. Like, if you know anything about their background, which we show in the very beginning of the film, you kind of have to step back and say, wow, like this is a global phenomenon band. And then we go really small and you see them in this intimate interaction with each other. And it's not every day that the biggest band in the world takes a break at the peak of their popularity and fame and then comes back together. The anticipation of that, the story dynamics of that it just lends itself to great filmmaking.
Yeah, so I mean, the moment where they're in the screening room together and watching old footage, it was really emotional for me because they hadn't seen a lot of these videos in years, and especially for them to all be together again after many years apart and watching their sort of evolution as a band and as individuals in this one moment was very touching. And there's moments where they were cringing, right? Like RM says, please stop, right? And other moments where you can see where they were visibly emotional. And it's another way to kind of like see how different they react to the same thing. Like you create this baseline situation, but each of them interact with it in a different way. And there was someone who brought up a question yesterday, about how do you think BTS will watch our film, BTS The Return, in the future? And I hope that they get the same reaction. They have that visceral, emotional reaction that they did in that scene in our film. I mean, there's such a range of emotions to the film for me. So I would start with like the sort of like happy crying emoji, then the dance emoji, and then I guess just like a 7, like a purple 7. Is that even a thing? Or a purple heart? Yeah.
So I would probably do the Korean flag. I would do the beach island with an umbrella for LA. So you get the two sides. And then I would just do the hands up because there's a lot of energy in this film.